12. Besides the amount of points on my license, it's more relevant to being the amount of years since a true LEGO space theme has been on the shelves. Yeah, I see those. The Blacktron Renegade and Galaxy Explorer are great sets, Explorer on top in my opinion. These are one-off icon remakes. In the city sets, they're fine, but play it a little bit too safe to be really good LEGO space. Galaxy Squad was the last space theme, and while it did go off on a high note, I've been waiting for a while for a true return to form. So, I decided to venture into my basement, crack open my unsorted LEGO bins, and see what happens. Introducing LEGO Scraptron. Inspired by those unsorted parts, I thought the space junker side of LEGO space had never really been fleshed out. So here's my take on it. I don't want to keep you waiting, so let's get to the sets. First is the Cosmic Chopper, a souped-up speeder bike piloted by the protagonist, Rigel Starbeam. A wannabe adventurer, he joined up with Scraptron to leave his backwater home planet. He is sat behind the steering bars and flanked on either side by clips holding long-range binoculars and his sidearm. His coworkers say he watched too much holovision and he doesn't really need a weapon, but he wants to be ready for anything. Keeping in the theme, his blaster is built from other iconic LEGO weapon pieces. Attached to the back is a piece of scrap Rigel is bringing back to base. Up front, there's an elevation ski between two lights, and under the exposed engine, a modded blaster cannon. I think every theme needs great small sets, which leads us right into the next one. The Wreckage Rider is next. This more powerful speeder is piloted by Cephas, an alien who doesn't talk much, but is always there to help the team when he's needed. The power cables running from front to back provide the boost of power needed for the rider to take out into deep space to pick up smaller, harder to reach bits of valuable debris. And because of this extra power, there's a large intake and exhausts coming out of the front. Speaking of valuable debris, also included in the set is an asteroid and a very unlucky spaceman on a space scooter who felt overly confident in his piloting ability. The scooter can be broken into 3 parts and then loaded into the rider, and Cephas can take it away. But where is it brought? Well, that brings us into our next set. Our next set is the Scraptron processing plant. We meet up with Cephas at a workstation, telling him he needs to move an old engine into the system. After trying to lift it himself, unsuccessfully, he goes into the hangar under the chute and conveyor to access the small hover crane. Above, the chute is opening, so he's got to get moving. He drives the crane, picks up the engine, and takes off. Up top, the 4-woman Vola controls the conveyor system and wears heavy-duty armor so she can clear anything stuck on the conveyor line. The parts are moved down into a large smelting chamber. It's then closed up, and the process begins. Then, on the bottom level, Topper, the furnaceman, who everyone says has a shady past, but Rigel thinks he's alright. The refined metals are then pulled out and brought into the polybag of this wave. Here is the inspection desk. Rigel Starbeam returns to work this station, and a clip under the antenna can be connected to the processing plant. The metals are passed from Topper to Rigel. This inspection desk is inspired by a real job I've had, looking for any mistakes or variations in product coming off of an assembly line. Here, it's a lot more simple to tell which is right and which is wrong based on darker color. But also included in the desk is a hammer for Rigel to beat the metal into shape if it's misformed. That's pretty much it, so let's move on to the last piece of the Scraptron base. The next set is the 1251 four-collar and loading platform. The four-collar is piloted by the ever calm and cool Dane Henrys, who sports a flight suit and orange cap. With an exterior cage, he'll be safe in the cockpit from any potential accidents around the plant. It's not exactly up to galactic code around here. On the back is a tool rack and rear thruster. On either arm are stabilizing thrusters for when dealing with extra weight. The loading platform can be connected to the rest of the plant by a tile that overhangs on the back. The platform is being manned by an old M-Tron lifting bot and Starkey, the grumpy ground crew member, who uses the control panel to signal they're ready for a pickup. And here it comes, careening through the sky, guided in by Starkey. The four-caller descends, then moves into pickup position. The front lights of the 1251 four-caller can lift up to reveal the track where the pallet of boxes can be slid into, and the lights brought back down, and then it's ready for takeoff. Our final set is a two-pack of spaceships, the salvage barge and stealth slicer wreckage. Starting with the salvage barge, it's a deep space voyager of Scraptron, outfitted with lights galore for exploring destroyed ships and battlefields. It's piloted by Dane Henrys again, who actually recruited Rigel after crashing his ship on his home world. Rigel hangs off the side on a ladder, ready to grab any small bits and bobs, but if it's in a hard-to-reach spot, he can go to the back and get onto the space scooter. The ship has a rear opening door. For better access, the tops open up and the inside has plenty of room and a tool rack. In the captain's quarters, Dane has many trinkets he's collected, and a bed alongside his court-designated driving bot, but not like he ever lets him take the wheel. In the middle is a trapdoor for dropping scrap off at base. In the back, Rigel climbs down and takes the speeder out for a closer inspection of a wrecked ship they're coming upon. Rigel zips back and forth and then stops to get a good look at a wrecked stealth slicer. This ship was actually built by my brother years ago and left to collect dust as I took pieces for my own Mocs, so I thought this was the perfect wrecked ship for the set. The ship, piloted by a robot, could have been there forever, judging by the outdated weaponry. On the other side, massive damage with an engine blown out and exposed internal structure. And even towards the back, a crack in the hull. At the very back, it looks like the ship was modified to be a vault. Ever so curious, Rigel decides, gotta blow it up. So he slips in an explosive tile and boom! Inside is the remains of a spy and plasma safe. Rigel decides whatever in the safe is probably more valuable than any part of the ship, so he brings it back, but not before it shoots off a distress call to a dark and mysterious bounty hunter, also looking for the safe. He investigates the site and uses his long-range binoculars to see the barge and moves in to strike. Back at the barge, Rigel and Dane crack it open and find an old map in a language they can't read. Before they can query any longer, they hear footsteps coming from up top. The bounty hunter has the element of surprise, but Rigel's too fast and shoots the bounty hunter down. Where does this story go? And will I make more videos? Stay tuned to find out, and thanks for watching.